So we will move now to the Pelicanos.
EMCs. They got
So
stuff.
this is obviously my third favorite team. And I don't really know. I don't know. I feel like this trade is interesting because they got what they wanted. They got CJ McCollum. They got Larry Nance, and they got Tony Snell, which is just kind of irrelevant. But they got CJ McCollum. But they gave up, I feel like, a lot. They gave up Josh Smart, Nikhil Alexander-Walker, Tomas Sedorensky, Didi Luzada, which I don't even know who that guy Didi Luzada is. They gave up a protected first rounder, and then they also gave up 2 second-round pick swaps in the future with Portland for the worst version.
It's 2027, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, Rohan, you have to understand.
Sure.
I mean, you just gotta understand.
Can I go ahead and just, drop my take on this one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Shit.
It is just, it doesn't. This trade, I just don't understand like why they would do this.
It's not.
See, to me, I think it comes at a wrong time.
This is the kind of trade like a almost contender does to become a contender. This, like the Pelicans are a full-on rebuild team. Like, what the hell is this? It just doesn't work. It doesn't work for what they're trying to achieve. Like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay, what are you gonna do with this old CJ McCollum bum, who's probably gonna come back from his injury and not even that good? He probably will be decent, but what? So what? You pay him so much money for what reason? He's not even young. You're not gonna have him by the time Zion's in his prime. It doesn't matter.
You know he played his first game the other day, right?
He did?
Yeah.
How did he do?
It was kind of whatever.
Exactly. That's the problem.
First game, man.
You can't be doing trades like this for whatever, man. Like, it just. Well, what did they give up? Let's see.
Well, they gave up some picks as well, which is kind of weird. If they were trying to
do such a problem, bro.
See, you know what? Okay, the thing is like I actually think this isn't that bad. What I said though is that it comes at a wrong time. If they had Zion, I think this is a great trade. But the fact that Zion might miss the whole season. I mean, he's like really pushing. I don't know if you guys saw that report, but he's like really trying to come back as soon as he can. So he if they actually make it to the playoffs, then he'll probably play. Which is good because then as soon as Zion comes back, I think this is great. But
yeah, this seems like a move in the event that Zion does come back.
Yeah, it's just kind of weird looking at it now.
But that's super risky.
Yeah. They're starting
because if Zion doesn't come back,
now you gotta think about their starting five is sickness. And I think people they overlook the Pelicans. You have my Hornets legend Devontae Graham. Then you got CJ. You have Bi, Zion, and then Jonas.
Really old team though. Like not old team. I mean like just like that specific player.
I think we have different meanings of old, Vivian.
Wait, what do you consider old?
Bum.
Like LeBum is old.
Okay, but like he's not. Okay, listen. Not everyone's gonna last as well as LeBron.
Yes,
Vivian, the oldest brother on the team. Well, we're not counting freaking Garrett Temple because he's.
No, I'm not saying the team is old. Yeah, I'm saying CJ McCollum is old.
He's 30.
That doesn't matter. He's not gonna last that long. You're gonna have a solid.
He probably has a good 5 years left in him.
Good. And those last 2.5 years of that is gonna be mid.
The only thing with me is that the Pelicans.
True.
I feel like. Because the Pelicans are, right now, they're 25th in offensive rating and 22nd in defensive rating. And I don't know, like this gives them an offensive boost, but I don't know how, their defense is just atrocious.
Yeah. I don't know how this helps out their defense that much.
So where do you guys just want to put in? We'll move on.
I'm great. Well, okay, no, not that good. Mid. Definitely mid. It's just not a good trade.
I think it's mid, well, because just because
I don't think it's a downgrade.
Yeah. Well, they did lose picks, actually.
Yeah, but I think
it's not that big of a deal for them yet.
I mean, Rohan, you have to understand, he is a 20 points per game scorer.
Yeah. So
you got to give him some time. I think you can't overreact to one game. You got to give him some time to mesh with the new team because he's been with Portland his whole career, bro. He doesn't know new teams like that.
I would say it's pretty mid.
Yeah, so we'll just put it mid. We'll move on. All right, so here's the one I have strong opinions on. Okay? We have the Sacramento Kings.
Oh my god.
So here's what the Kings got. The Kings get Domantas Sabonis, Justin Holiday,
cool.
Jeremy Lamb, DiVincenzo. I think they went under the radar from the Bucks. Josh Jackson, Trey Lyles, and then some David dude, all irrelevant. And they got 2 second rounders. And what they get rid of is Tyrese Haliburton, Buddy Hield, Tristan Thompson, Marvin Bagley, that dude that never played an NBA game, the Marjankovic guy, and then a second rounder. Who wants to take it away? I won't have to. I'll save mine, I guess, if you want, or if you want me to go, then.
Like, I don't really like. I don't. How do I speak my words properly?
Do you want me to go first?
Sure.
What is the point of all of that?
Look. Okay. So, I have to really think about what I'm going to say here. But everyone is saying that the Kings belong in the troll range. That's what everyone is like online, anything like that, right? I don't think what they did was bad. I'm leaning more towards mid. I don't think
For
it's
what they received.
yeah, or I think it's either mid or even good for what they're doing right now. Because it's a weird situation.
Because like what was the situation before they made the trade?
Well, it's the whole thing with like.
No, like how close are they? Like like what seed are they basically?
Oh, they're not even in the playoff picture.
Yeah,
right
they're not
now.
in the playoffs, right?
Yeah, but now they can make a playoff push at least for the play-in, and they haven't made the playoffs in what? When was the last time the Kings have made the playoffs?
Wow, it's been a while.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. So considering where they were, there's a chance that this could be like a massive improvement, but we don't know.
Yeah.
Okay, but like, I still don't think it puts them where they want to be. Okay. It's definitely not a troll. Sabonis is still young, and their time frame is still young.
Exactly.
So that's okay.
Yeah.
But I don't think giving up like
Halliburton was
worth that.
Yeah.
I just don't think it's worth it. They give up Halliburton, and then what else did they give up? They gave up
Buddy
Halliburton,
Hield,
Buddy Hield. They could have gotten something else for,
I
bro.
feel like, because remember, like that was the whole like Lakers thing.
Yeah. The Lakers were gonna give them a lot for Buddy Hield. I think they didn't need to throw in Buddy Hield for that.
Yeah.
They kind of threw away a lot of pieces that they could have done other stuff with. I definitely don't think they should have traded Halliburton. But then again, I feel like this is gonna be a hot take. But honestly, I feel like Halliburton has more potential than.
Yeah, I know you're gonna say De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see. I personally can't say that right now. I can't, because De'Aaron Fox is actually nasty, bro. He's good.
He's good, but I feel like Halliburton has more potential.
It's weird because it's like the whole. I think what the issue was with De'Aaron Fox was he's been with the Kings. This is his 5th season now with the team, and everyone's like, "Yeah, he's got a dip." He's putting up like 21, and last season he put up 25 a game, which is insane. But
Halliburton at his peak will do more than that.
Okay, but so the thing is though is that they've had him for so long, and then he's people were I think the organization was scared that Fox was gonna leave, and they have more trust, or like they have more potential insight into Fox than Halliburton. I still think it's really like just unsettling that they got rid of Tyrese like that. But I think for like the actual roster and what they're doing it's like I said earlier. What was the team we were talking about? It was the Celtics. They made a trade to better the team for now, even though there's no hope of them actually winning big.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think Sabonis is actually going to do good.
He's still young though, but he's still someone you can develop something even more.
Yeah, Sabonis and Fox are about 25. And I actually watched believe it or not, I actually watched Kings highlights the other day. And it was Sabonis' first game, and they won. And like De'Aaron Fox was like hugging Sabonis. Like they really meshed well in that game. Sabonis looked like a natural on that team.
I would give it a mid.
That's what I was thinking.
Definitely mid.
I don't know, it's just weird. It's just
You
weird.
can't like.
It's weird.
You definitely cannot underrate Sabonis. Sabonis is definitely a great player.
He's such a good
Just-
player. And now what's
feel
good
like-
too is that he can.
It
on this
really
team-
just depends on how like Halliburton turns out.
I mean, yeah, but like, well,
Yeah, exactly. That's completely true.
I mean, I guess, but we'll never know.
This
how
whole thing is
Halliburton-
dependent on Halliburton.
Yeah, but you could say that, but it's like, okay, well, this is how Halliburton eventually develops in Indiana, but we will never know how
Yeah.
Halliburton
Yeah.
develops in Sacramento. That's what matters.
But if we're talking about right now, probably a mid trade then.
Okay, we'll keep it in mid and we'll move on. Everyone happy with that?
Yeah, probably just it. Listen, this trade depend. If Halliburton doesn't pan out, then it's
Well,
no
we
biggie.
already
But
know.
we don't know. We won't know for a while.
All right. The next two, I don't want to spend much time. We'll literally just throw them in and move on. It's a one trade between these two teams. It's pretty irrelevant. It's the Thunder and the Heat. Thunder got somebody named KZ Okpala, which I don't expect you guys to know him. And they traded away a second rounder, like a 2026 second rounder for that. And so
Right, cool. That's the next big thing in the NBA. What are you talking about?
No, so those are the only two things. And then I just wrote like this long sentence because there was some condition that went with the trade, meaning that the Thunder actually wanted Okpala for some reason. They wanted him, but the reason I don't know, but you know the Thunder, they're a little weird like that. And they like develop. He's really young, so it's the classic Thunder things. But so the only reason they wanted him, so the only way the Heat they manipulated the trade to where the Heat already owed the Thunder a 2023 first rounder, but they manipulated it into it's now a 2025 first rounder, and it has lottery protection, and so that means the Thunder will then if the Heat make the playoffs in 2025, then the Thunder will get a non-lottery pick, but if the Heat are lottery for some reason in 2025, then the Thunder will just get an unprotected 2026 first rounder. All that to say, we're looking at a brother named KZ Okpala for a second round pick. I think they're just both mid. They don't change anything.
Second rounders really have a very low value, bro.
I know.
Yeah,
Like,
it's kind of weird.
Well, how many cases are there in the NBA where a second rounder is like Jokic? Like none.
It's really rare. It's really the only ones I can think of is like Manu, Jokic, Isaiah Thomas, like the small one. That's really all I can think of. But yeah, I mean, do you guys even want to elaborate on this, or you just want to move on? Because it's kind of like
we can just move on. It's
hard to think about some.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This next one is also like another one we could just kind of place. It's the Jazz. They actually ended up picking Nickeil Alexander-Walker from the Blazers, who just sold him for no reason, I feel like. And then some bum, Juancho Hernan-Gomez. I've been saying the guy's a bum for so long.
Yeah, he's named a lot.
But they got Nickeil Alexander-Walker, and they traded Joe Ingles, who's like a Jazz staple. But he's literally I think he's literally re-signing with the team because he's out for the year.
Really?
But what's happening is, dude, it's the most unselfish thing I've ever seen. He said they traded him in hopes that it would better his team because he's out for the season. So he wants to benefit the Jazz by getting a player out of it. So they got Nickeil, and then his contract ends this year, and he's just going to re-sign with the Jazz.
Heck?
So he's doing it. So the Jazz are literally just. That's why I think the Jazz is just a good improvement because they're trading away a guy who's out for the year, and then some random, and then 2 second rounders that are obviously at this point we realize they're kind of irrelevant for what Nickeil Alexander-Walker. I think he's averaging like 13 a game this year with New Orleans.
I think, yeah, something like that.
So I mean, Rohan, do you have any takes on this, or is this kind of like
no, that seems like a good improvement then.
Yeah,
It's solid improvement. I honestly, I would still place it in the mid. It's not like crazy. I feel like that didn't even get that much better.
Well, I think it's just. I understand what you're saying. I'm team good just because it comes down to Rohan then, because to me it's just like I understand if like they didn't get like that much better, because it's a brother who's averaging 13, but the upgrade from you're just trading away somebody that's out for the whole year, and then Elijah Hughes is just irrelevant. They're trading away 2 second rounders for a 13 points per game scorer, who's just going to be another piece to like hopefully the Jazz to get past the round.
Yeah, I would say currently it's probably a good improvement. So
this
yeah,
isn't like a long-term thing. I feel like Nickeil isn't a long-term player at least.
Like long-term, they're probably about the same.
So are we thinking good or mid?
But I could definitely see good improvement or mid. I personally would say mid though. But yeah, you can play saying good.
All right, bet.
Majority.
Move on to the next one. It's the Magic. So the Magic are the actual team that ended up with Bol. That's why you said they probably went to a team with young players. So there you go. They also got PJ Dozier, which we talked about, is just kind of irrelevant. A second rounder, some cash, and all they traded for it was a second rounder. So I think
Wait, I don't understand.
So I think it's crazy. So they traded a second rounder away, and then in total, what they got was another second rounder, cash, and then 2 players.
That almost seems like a troll, man.
I feel like this has to be a good improvement, just because of what they literally swapped second rounders and then just got Bol.
Yeah, I agree. They just, like,
It'd be like, I lost my second round pick for
oh no, my second
2023,
rounder,
man.
he did the, and then you get another second rounder. Doesn't matter.
Also, the only
You get
other
cash
reason I say
considerations,
this is
Bobo.
the only reason I say this is also a good trade as well is because it's I don't know why I'm on this side right now on the Twitter, but I see Magic fans saying apparently that it's a great trade because Mo Bamba's gonna leave in the offseason. I don't know. I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know what's going on over there because who keeps up with the Magic? Let's be honest.
No one. I don't give a crap about the Magic.
Yeah, but that's what I've heard. So if that's actually true, and then Bobo actually starts he actually gets a prominent role in his life for once on the court, then it's like, okay, yeah, he can actually be a good player. So I think it's a good improvement for literally a second round pick. Come on, now, brother.
Yeah, I agree.
They didn't lose anything.
You barely
man.
give up anything, and then you just get stuff like just free
Yeah.
low.
Okay, we'll move on to the Toronto Raptors, who are surprisingly, win now. They are just emerging. They have like an all-star, potentially 2 all-stars, because people say Pascal got snubbed.
Wait, people actually say Pascal got snubbed?
I'm not gonna lie,
No
Vivian,
way.
when we made the list about Pascal back in like December, 2 months later, I think it's actually a little bit of a different Pascal now.
Dude, Pascal
He's been balling out. I won't lie. I won't lie.
got a lot better.
So the trade, Raptors ended up actually getting Thaddeus Young, Drew Eubanks, second rounder, all San Antonio stuff, and they got rid of Dragic, who wasn't even playing. But the big thing for
Dragic
me
is
is that they gave up that this year's unprotected first rounder. So
I
is
know,
Thaddeus,
it's such an L,
is
bro.
Thaddeus Young and Drew Eubanks worth? Because they're gonna make the playoffs, so it's not a lottery pick. It's like 15 to 30 range.
No, but it's still a first rounder. You could. That's so much useful for more other
Yeah,
stuff
they
than
basically-
Thaddeus
they-
Young and Drew Eubanks. It's just not.
They basically
Don't like it.
downgraded from that first rounder to a
All right,
second
well, I heard
round.
the word downgrade, so
Yeah, that's, all,
No,
that's
no, no,
exactly what I'm feeling. It's not. It's not like a stupid like literally trolling, but it's definitely a downgrade.
yeah, that's what I think.
Yeah, I don't know why you would give that up.
Okay. All right, we'll just move on. We'll go to the Suns, another quiet team in this. They're the best record. I think they're the best complete. They're the most complete team in the entire
They're
league.
probably the best team in the league right
They
now.
are disgusting. And you know what they did? It was I mean, it might not click in your head. So they got Torrey Craig and Aaron Holiday, and they traded Jalen Smith in a second rounder. Okay, on paper you're like, okay, well, it's just like mid, right? I think it's still gonna end up mid. The only thing that I found that was cool about it was Torrey Craig was on the Suns last year when they went to the finals. Like he was actually like he was actually a player on the Suns, and he was actually like getting playing time and stuff. So he was actually contributing to the Suns playoff run. And then the offseason, he just signed with the I think it was, who even was it? It was it was Indy? I think he was with Indy this season. And Torrey Craig. He was with
Craig,
Indy
okay.
this season. He played all 51 games with Indy this season. And then Indy traded him for like that Jalen Smith trade. So he's now back with the team that he ran to the finals with last year.
Yeah.
So I
This
mean,
is
I think it's
the-
still mid.
Are you superstitious?
No, I
This,
thought it was just cool. I
uh,
think it's still mid.
This,
yeah,
yeah, mid. It's not even like the Suns. For the Suns, especially, this doesn't change anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it
They're
doesn't
still
really
gonna be a
change anything.
fantastic team. It
I
doesn't
wouldn't
change
say it's
anything.
an improvement.
Yeah, it doesn't really do anything.
Yeah.
But I just want to give a mid update right now. The Pacers game is on right now, and the Pacers scored 47 in the first quarter with Halliburton putting up 12 on perfect from the field.
47 first quarter. Oh my god.
So yeah. Okay, we'll move on now to the Wizards. So now we're getting to like the
Wizzies.
meat. I feel like here a little for some of them. So the Wizards, I
Oh.
think, are some of the winners here in the post in this trade deadline. They get Tingus Pingus, Vernon Carey, and Ish Smith, which I don't expect you two to know about because obviously you're not Hornets fans.
Nah,
Definitely not a Hornets fan.
Yeah.
I don't like paying them in.
They also got a second rounder via
Oh,
Dallas,
to
a
be
second
fair,
rounder
I'm
via
not a
Boston, and
Rockets fan.
cash. And all they gave up, here's what they gave up. Aaron Holiday, whatever. Davis Bertans is terrible. I stand by that. Davis Bertans sucks, okay? But they got rid of Dinwiddie and Harrell, which is interesting.
Wizards lost this trade.
Really?
Wizards lost this trade.
You think so?
Well, okay, not a hard loss. Probably more of a mid loss, but like getting Tingus Pingus is solid. He's not the talent he once was, but solid. He's definitely better than Spencer Dinwiddie, who's playing kind of cheeky this season.
Yeah, Berton
And,
sucks and Holidays. I don't even know who that is, to be honest with you.
Montrez, definitely a solid offensive piece. That's honestly now that I'm looking at him more. This is not an L for the Wizards. I kind of.
It's not. I think
Yeah,
it's
it's
a
not.
win.
It's not.
It's a win.
It's a
Yeah,
win.
that's probably definitely a win because Spencer Dinwiddie is kind of trolling. Bertans,
It's a win.
you know,
It's a
who
win.
cares? Montrez,
See, Montrez's PER this season is 24.
you're going crazy.
But his
Yeah, Chris
numbers-
Thompson's
his
nice,
numbers
though,
don't seem
but-
that.
His
It's just his
So what are the
defensive
Wizards
rating
doing
is
then?
nuts.
Are they going
Well, here's okay. So you know what's-
rebuild? Like,
no,
what are
no,
they doing?
Okay, no, that's what the Wizards are the most confusing franchise I feel like on the planet, right? Because they got rid of like these, I would say like actually like in the team they were key
Decent players.
pieces. Like Dinwiddie was like he was playing. Harrell was obviously their starter, and then like
Yep.
Bertans and Holiday are actually they're actually like playing on the team, right? And they pick up Tingus Pingus. And you might be thinking, oh, it's gonna be a great fit with Bradley Beal and like all. Vernon Carey is another. He's a young big. I didn't want him on the Hornets anyway because I thought we had like better, like Nick Richards is better, but I don't really. He's not a part of this. Ish Smith is just like some veteran point guard who was already on the Wizards before in his career. And they also got a couple picks and cash. I think we all agree that this is a win. The only thing I was saying with the Wizards is confusing is that they do this trade for the future because Bradley Beal's out for the season.
Hmm.
So are you
At
expecting a
most.
Bradley Beal trade sometime soon, like in the future?
Well,
Not
no,
obviously
but
soon,
he wants to stay.
what he thinks
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
I
I
don't know. He's their franchise player, baby.
Yeah, I know it does matter, but like, I don't like. They're so weird, bro. Like, what is their goal with any of this?
I don't know.
Are they going for a rebuild? They're definitely not win now because Tingus Pingus and Bradley Beal's not anything.
And obviously Kyle Kuzma.
It's like a borderline playoff team, bro.
So I think if their full
You're
lineup.
throwing in Kyle Kuzma like he's talking about a superstar. Relax.
No, well, he's the second untouchable on the team. What are you talking about?
I don't care. I
Dude.
don't care about Fluzma, bro.
Dude, what do you mean?
I don't care about Fluzma.
I want
Hey,
you
did
to
you
think
guys know that Kyle Kuzma got his first triple double? Nope. I don't know. Don't care.
Kyle Kuzma's averaging 16 and 9 this season. I don't want to hear.
Doesn't matter.
He's missing one.
This trade is just not what they needed, and
I tried to
I'm
get
gonna
it from
throw him in. Honestly, no. My mind is back to it. It's not definitely not downgrade, just mid.
You think it's
I
mid?
would
Not
say
that-
it's probably.
Not downgrade, it's just mid. It's not even an improvement. It's just whatever. Well, actually, from what they had, it
They
probably
gave
is an
up.
improvement.
Exactly. It's an improvement. It's
Yeah.
just
It's
No,
just a
okay, you
stupid
can't-
move. Like,
No,
why?
no, it's a
Why? What does
great-
this go?
no. This
It's the
has to be
goal.
good to me. This has to be good.
I don't see
You can't take into account the
this
goal.
like working out.
Rohan, what do you think?
I
You're
don't
the
know.
decider, I guess.
I would say it's mid.
All right, whatever. I'll just give it to you guys. I don't even care.
I would say it's.
I really
mid.
want to put it in good because it's just I feel
I
like
just-
personally it's a
alright.
fleece. It's a
It's
fleece.
definitely. I guess it is an improvement, but I
fleece,
still don't think like they're not going in any direction with this, bro. Like back on the spectrum I brought up earlier,
I know. I
it's
don't
like
care
going
about-
towards
I
the direction of.
I don't care about that. It's just on paper they got.
I care about that. That's why I thought I get a mid.
On
No, I know, but-
paper,
No, but Tingus Pingus is such a big.
No, you're
improvement from
overrating
what they
Tingus
had.
Pingus.
No, I'm not. He's the second option on the team now. He replaces Kuzma.
Bro, it's like a. Bro, what is Tingus Pingus? A 20-7 guy? Pretty solid.
yeah.
Is he even a
Pretty solid. But guess what?
I
He's
have
shooting
no clue.
28% from three this year on 5 attempts a game. Bro,
Shoots
Yeah,
5
he's-
attempts.
isn't his specialty threes? He's supposed to be a unicorn.
No, he's not shooting well. I won't lie. He's
Someone
not shooting
cut his horn off, bruh. Like, what is this?
He's just a corn now.
45% of the field.
You know, I think
like,
people
what?
forget. I think people forget Tingus Pingus is a former All-Star.
He was an all-star in 2017, 2018. It's been a while.
Whatever.
Been a
So-
hot min.
All right, so we'll just put him in mid, I guess, because you guys are haters. We'll
I'm
move
not
on
a hater, I'm
to
spitting
my
facts.
team. I'm gonna try to not keep it in the bias. Okay, but you guys have to understand.
I'm
okay?
sorry, but we had
Rockets
to
haven't
throw it.
come yet, you
No,
know.
Anything the Hornets do, I
Rockets
need to
bias
put
might
them in
actually, you
trolling.
know.
No, okay, listen. So yeah, the Hornets. They got rid of Vernon Carey, who's young guy. Doesn't matter. I like him, but he's not as good as the other rookie big man we got. So it doesn't matter. Ish Smith is like a 35-year-old veteran point guard. It doesn't matter. And then a second rounder from Boston, and the Hornets got Montrez as
Watch
their
this. This is,
finally-
I'm with you. There's not much thing that needs to be done about this. It's just a good improvement. That's all I can say. W.
Yeah,
Just a W, I guess. They didn't give up
considering
much,
where
and
they
they got
were.
Montrez. I
Yeah,
think the
considering where
Hornets are
they
in a
were
good
and they
spot right
didn't
now.
give
They're
up.
definitely still in like the building up phase, but Montrez is a good addition.
So can I be honest with you? A
What's up?
bias aside, this is where I have him.
You're kidding.
Because no, Vivin, you have no
I
idea.
said bias aside.
No, it is. It is bias aside.
No, you're kidding. Cole, if you. Oh,
Vivin, look at
God.
what they gave up for a former sixth man of the year.
That's pretty true, but Cole, it doesn't matter what.
Vivin, what do the Hornets need
Cole,
right now?
Cole. Listen to me. It doesn't matter what they gave up. It could have been a steal, but that still doesn't make it a massive improvement.
It does.
It's just good. It's a very high good improvement.
It's a massive improvement because the Hornets can't be rocking with freaking Mason Plumlee at the 5 every game.
Well, Mason Plumlee sucks cheeks, but like
That's my point.
no, but like it just doesn't. I don't think it's for a massive improvement. You just need a larger scale than this. And I know that might contradict what I said with the Clippers trade, but it's not like that. I don't think it's like that.
But then again, if you look at what they gave, I mean, considering the scale of the
it was a
trade,
fleece of a steal. It was a fleece.
Yeah.
It's just not a massive improvement. It's just a very good improvement.
Like, let me just tell you this lineup real quick now. LaMelo, Terry, Scary Terry, Gordon Hayward, Miles Bridges, Montrez.
Playoff team.
Yeah, I think it massively increases their playoff odds.
Yeah.
Because they're like right
So
now.
that's why I put him in
playing
good improvement.
No, I said massively.
No, I don't see it. Why though? Why do you think it's a massive improvement?
Because all the Hornets have been needing for the last couple seasons is a center, and they just never got one. And now it's finally they actually traded for. It's not like some bum center either. Well, the only thing is that we needed like you know what? I'll just give it to you. Okay. I'll put it here. Okay. The only reason I was kind of in between. I think it's a great trade. The only thing that's weird about it is the Hornets have been complaining for size in defense. Montrezl Harrell is not like a defensive center, and he's also 6'8", I think, or 6'9".
Not a tall center.
No, he's not, but he's a powerhouse. And he can
Okay, but like-
lock down, but it's not like a defense. He's not a defensive guy.
I would just say it's a very good improvement.
All right, we'll just
Yeah.
move on then. We'll move on.
Good improvement.
We have 6 more to go through. We have the Bucks. I don't really care what you guys say. I'm gonna put it wherever I want.
What?
Okay, so they
I
got
think they're trolling.
they traded Rodney, Semi, and DiVincenzo, and they got Ibaka, 2 second rounders in cash.
I don't even. I remember with you. Is it losing?
I think it's
DiVincenzo a
mid.
pretty significant loss.
No, because he hasn't played all season injured.
Got you.
I don't know if I think he's back now.
He didn't score that much either. I think this probably is mid. Surge, maybe it could be big depending on how he plays, which is a big question mark. Losing Ronnie Hood, Semi, Dante is not the biggest deal. I think they're fine. There's definitely pretty unchanged. I would think
Rohan, where do you think this goes?
pretty unchanged.
They did give up 2 second rounders. Oh wait, no, they received 2 second rounders. Actually, I'd say it's probably mid then, yeah.
I'll give it mid.
You feel mid?
Yeah, I'm feeling
I
mid.
said mid, yeah.
Alright,
It's a good mid. It's definitely a good mid. I like how the Bucks is the only
good
one that
enough
has
for
the
good
white
improvement.
background.
No, the
I guess
Thunder.
OKC.
All right, I don't know if these do. These ones have it? I don't know. Okay, Pistons, they didn't really do much. They actually were just on the receiving
No,
end.
no. That's what you think.
No.
That's what you
No,
think.
that's not what I meant. I didn't mean the caliber player. I mean like they just did like one simple trade.
The Pistons, okay, fat W.
Okay, so they got rid of 2 bums and
W.
they got rid of 2 bums
Listen,
and 2 second
Marvin
rounders.
Bagley is absolutely perfect for the Pistons.
That's what I was thinking.
Think of like the pick and roll action with Bagley and I'm blanking. The new pick, the first pick.
Oh,
is,
Cade?
Cade, yeah, exactly. Think about the pick and roll action with those 2. It's just perfect. It's just
Yeah.
perfect. They barely gave up anything and they got Marvin Bagley. That's such a great trade.
Yeah.
It's exactly what they need, and he's young too. How old is he? He's 22. He's so young. It fits the timeline of the
I
Pistons.
feel like it fits them so well,
This
and
is
they
such
because
a great
they
trade.
also still kept Jerami Grant.
Exactly. This is like I'd say this is a massive improvement. This is fantastic. This is great. Okay, well, scale-wise,
Considering their
not really.
situation, I would.
The
Well, who
trade
got-
was an absolute fleece, but I don't know about massive.
Well, I mean, I mean,
Considering how much it improves their situation, I would say it's pretty massive.
I don't know. To me, it's like massive improvement. Does it take the Pistons up a notch? No, the Pistons
No,
are still gonna finish a bottom 3 team in the league.
but like overall as their team for like the future.
For developmental purposes,
For developmental
yeah, I feel like it's
purposes,
pretty big.
definitely massive.
But I mean, obviously, we
honestly,
don't
yeah,
know.
I would go with massive.
I have to say good.
Say good. I think it's a great trade. Like it's just a
Rohan?
good trade for them.
Massive.
It fits their timetable. They didn't give up much. I still think he has potential. I had
I would
him
say
one
it's
of
a
the
massive improvement for what they also kept.
true.
You know what?
I had this man in 2K one time, which is irrelevant. I know it's 2K is not real life. This man was like GOAT in 2K18. That's all I'm saying.
Alright then. Whatever. I'm not gonna
Massive
get upset. I guess somehow the Pistons made a massive improvement. I mean, I'm not massive. I'm not on the massive improvement, but I'll just give it to
Well,
them.
I feel like the massive improvement section is kind of like hard to decide upon. Cause it on
Yeah.
like actual like winning wise, it would probably be a good improvement. But like trade wise, I think it's just such a W of a trade that like really helps our situation. I would like situation wise, massive improvement. Winning wise, probably a good improvement.
Still
I don't know
pretty
how you
good,
want to
yeah.
take that, but that's what I think.
All right, we'll just
You-
we'll move on then. Well, we'll just keep it. I mean, I personally can't put it in massive, but I'll stick it because he's not proven or anything. It's kind of just like, will he be good?
I guess yeah, it's just kind of word of mouth right now.
Yeah. Saying that Marvin Bagley, the brother's just not been playing because he doesn't want to play.
Mhm.
For the Kings, obviously, not like in general.
Well,
But yeah, I mean, whatever. All right, we'll move on to the Rockets now. Our team, or your team.
yeah,
and then
massive
my
W,
second
bro.
team,
Massive,
the hometown team.
massive improvement.
They got rid of
100%.
one of the only big men on the team. They got rid of Daniel Tice, and they get Dennis Schroeder, Bruno Fernando, and Enes Freedom, but he's expected to not play. He's going to get a buyout, most likely. Do you want me to go first on this one? Can I be completely honest with you?
Go ahead.
What?
Oh no, what are you gonna say?
I think it's trolling.
Really?
That's just me, though. And the only reason for that is because I can understand, like, okay, player talent-wise, I mean, you're getting rid of Tice for, like, Schroeder's actually not a bad player. Let's be honest.
Yeah, on paper it isn't like
No, so on paper,
bad of a
it's
trade.
not that bad. You have to put it into perspective, though. I showed this to Daniel the other day. Daniel is he's another one of our friends, Rockets' brother, okay? Here's the thing with the Rockets. If you look at their roster, you know how many big men are on the Rockets team right now? Let me tell you the big men on the team. Ready? Christian Wood, Sengun. They just got Bruno Fernando, that brother in the trade, big man. And then some random rookie named Usman Garuba. That's all of them. It's 4.
Uthman.
It's 4. And you know what they traded for? Dennis Schroeder, who is now the 9th guard on the roster.
We have that many guards? Oh my god. He didn't fit what we want, bro.
Dude, he's literally not even going to start because Kevin Porter Jr. is going to start.
That man is not gonna be happy.
I just don't understand like what the point of I mean, is it for like a veteran presence? But you already have John Wall. You have John Wall on he's on the sideline telling you. Is he not going to the games?
He probably has to, like contractually.
I don't know. Oh, and Garuba's not even playing. He's out for 6 to 8 weeks with an injury. But so they have 3 centers.
Yeah, based on their roster, I don't think.
So that's why I found that out. I said, "Oh my God, they're getting Schroeder," but the whole Rockets team is based around the guards and then Christian Wood.
I hope they get. I hope we get
trolling,
trade Schroeder
though.
or something.
I wouldn't say it's trolling. I would just say it's a downgrade. Like, it's near trolling, but I would just say it's a pretty
See, but
bad
It's a difference though, because like the caliber of player, just when you look at it, it's like okay, upgrade because Daniel Tice is whatever. He didn't really play for the Rockets, and you get Schroeder. But contextually, it's just the most useless trade I feel like ever. For like, well,
I think
not
they
ever.
could. I think they could trade Schroeder for something.
But well, the deadline's over, Biffin.
I know. Maybe in the offseason they can do something with it.
What are they gonna do? Just buy him out? If
Man,
they buy
I don't
him
know.
out, what's the point? They traded Tice for Bruno Fernando. What is that?
Yeah, probably it's pretty troll.
Okay, so I think it's dreadful. That's why.
I don't think it's a troll. I think it's a downgrade. I feel like they might be able to do something with Dennis Schroeder in the
I guess
offseason,
Viv
but
and Rohan be the same brother, so we'll just give it to them.
who knows?
Yeah,
It's
we
pretty
got bias,
troll-like, but I
bro.
don't think it's the worst deal.
It's like a funny trade, I guess, but it's not
What?
like
What do you say, a
funny
Funyun trade?
because it's no. It's not funny because it's like completely terrible. Just cause based on the context, it's super
just
funny.
so bad. I don't understand what the GM is thinking. Whatever. Okay, we'll move on. We have 3 more to go to. 1 more before the big trade of the day. Let's touch on the Mavericks real quick. What do you guys think about the Mavericks? I think this is another L in my opinion. This is
Yeah.
I think this is
So
dreadful.
this is actually, in my opinion, such a troll. This might be the worst trade
this
I
might be
have
worse than the
seen.
Blazers.
Probably is. Do you get okay? Thing is, is not even that bad, right? People like meme him obviously.
We obviously. I know you specifically.
we
you
meme
actually
him,
hate
but
on
he's like a 20 points per game scorer, 7 rebounds. That's something, and you trade
But like
for
that's a piece.
Spencer
That's a piece.
Dinwiddie and Davis Bertans. What kind of who approved on this?
I don't know.
Who? You tell me the GM of that professional organization is paid millions of dollars to run this team, right?
Also, considering like the situation they're in,
Sign
they
up for
probably
that.
shouldn't have done that.
Exactly. What the hell does this do to make the situation better?
It just hurts Luka.
Nothing. It's just awful. You lost value, right? Because I would not have traded.
Like
for
you're
Spencer
not
Dinwiddie for
rebuilding. You're not rebuilding. You're nowhere near that.
Dude, and they gave a second rounder. What the? What?
I just
What was
don't-
that?
I don't understand.
It's just awful in every front. It's just such a god awful. What are the Mavericks doing?
Davis Bertans is literally a Dollar Tree Kristaps, and then Spencer Dinwiddie is a wheelchair.
He's just playing bad, bro. Maybe it was Dinwiddie from like a few years ago, but it's not. I'm so disappointed.
I know.
I don't know what Luca's thinking, bro. Luca's fuming.
Well, we saw what Luka
Because,
was
like-
thinking. Did you not see that game the other day? It was yesterday. It was his
probably
first
did-
game.
probably
First game,
didn't catch
without, first game without Kristaps. He put up the most points in a single quarter this season.
They win?
I don't even know, but he put up. Well, yeah, he dropped 51, 9, and 6.
Well,
Get
Luka
that
himself
trade
is crazy.
value up, you know. That trade value up.
He's trying to. No way the Mavs ever trade Luka unless he like
Yeah,
he's gonna like leave in the offseason. Anyways, but yeah, this might be the worst trade. This is the worst trade I've seen this deadline. Definitely trolling.
Yeah, I agree.
In my
It's either them or the Blazers. Has to be. All right, Ron, you disagree or what? All right.
The last trade. I think we can just put the two together.
Oh, really?
Well,
Yes.
yeah, it's
same
the
teams.
bro.
Oh,
Same
yeah,
two-
yeah,
same two
yeah,
teams
yeah,
involved.
Yeah. I thought you were saying
Right.
put them on the same team.
So, no.
I mean, I'm okay with
Yeah,
that.
we just discuss them together. So,
Then take it away.
all right. This is easily the biggest trade of the deadline.
Yeah,
No
yeah,
question, nothing's bigger than this. The Brooklyn Nets have traded away James Harden and
Paul
Paul
Millsap.
Millsap.
Yeah, and
Yes,
Paul
sir.
Millsap.
Yeah, and Paul Millsap.
Yeah,
Both of
don't,
them.
don't forget Paul Millsap, bro.
And they received Ben Simmons, Seth Curry, Andre Drummond, a 2021 first rounder, a 2022 first rounder, and a 2027 first rounder.
Oh,
There's more details on that second
You
pick.
actually want me to read them? I want to read it because it's just funny. It's just funny
Go
to
ahead.
look
It's
at.
probably really complex.
It is the most unbelievable. I don't understand how Daryl Morey and the other brother got into terms on this. But okay, here are. Oh, where is it? I'm losing it right now. Okay, here it is. So this is exact tweet from Woj. The Nets will get the Sixers' 2022 first-round pick unprotected, with a right to defer until 2023, so they could just choose if they want it a year later. And they also get a 2027 first-round pick protected from spots 1 to 8, and it would roll over if they get the 1 to 8, they keep it. It would roll over to the next year, 2028, and it'll be protected 1 to 8 again. And if they get that again, then the pick now turns the next year into just $2 million and 2 second rounders. I don't know what kind of clause.
That sounds so complex.
Whatever. But the main thing is
Well,
Harden.
I mean, I guess that gives them more chances to get, I guess, the 9th pick.
the Sixers
Harden
got
for
Harden,
Ben Simmons.
Curry, Drummond, and picks.
But dude, I think, man, it's just interesting.
You want me to be honest with you?
Go ahead.
Actually, I want to hear Rohan's first because Rohan, believe it or not, he wasn't like up to date with the trade deadline. He's only recently heard about
Yeah,
this trade.
for this one, probably should have been.
It's okay, Rohan. Give me your opinions as a James Harden mega fan.
Okay. I don't know. You have to give me time, right? Because I'm
Alright, fine.
thinking right
Fine, I'll go first. Okay, I'll go first. For me, on the Sixers end, they get rid of the toxic with Ben Simmons, and they bring in, obviously they got rid of some other pieces. They kept the two untouchables, Tyrese Maxey and Matisse Thybulle, two young defender pieces. And Maxey's also a great scorer, by the way. But they bring in the guy they've been targeting, James Harden. So now their starting lineup is like, it's Harden, Maxey, Green, Tobias Harris, and Joel Embiid. To me, that's insane. That they were even, because Danny Green is. I mean, I'm not here to say Danny Green is the same as Seth Curry, but they both do like the main role of shooting the ball, like just shooting threes. So they keep a shooter like that, and then they keep, obviously, like I said, Thybulle and Maxey, and they trade away Simmons and they get James Harden, and also they got rid of Andre Drummond, which I don't know why Andre Drummond wasn't included in the starting lineup for the Nets because he's so going to be the starting center.
Well, okay.
I think so that's the Sixers end. The Nets end, they get rid of Harden because Harden was. We'll talk about that thing later, because how that all went down. It was really weird. I feel like because it kind of came out of the blue. Is that just me or?
Yeah, we can discuss the Harden situation
Yeah.
later, but I think situation wise, all right. So the Nets have been in a pretty interesting situation for a while now, right? Obviously, James Harden. We'll discuss that later, but they've had a situation with Kyrie, who is only right now able to play away games. He can't play at home because he's not vaccinated. The thing is, they're also injured. Like KD is injured for I think 6 weeks, so KD's not there, and Kyrie is there half the time.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what the ratio is of home to away games, but yeah.
Oh yeah, but he is.
Yeah. He's just there sometimes, and now they lost their second. Depends if you think Kyrie's a superstar or not, but they lost their second superstar. So now on the games that neither Kyrie or KD's there, you don't have Harden to carry you anymore. Now you have Ben Simmons. Now the question is, can Ben Simmons carry this? I think the Nets are like a 7, 8 seed, 9 seed, something like that. They're not playing well right now. They're on like a 10-game loss streak. It's awful. It's actually awful. But what is good for the Nets is they got this great defender in Ben Simmons. Seth Curry is a fantastic shooter. It's great. And Andre Drummond, I know people meme Drummond for being like the big penguin, right?
Yeah.
But like, that's a good play. He can get crazy rebounds. I don't think he's very good at defense, but Ben Simmons will make up for that. There's a lot of stuff you can do with Andre Drummond. Maybe coming off the bench or whatever. Maybe even starting. Depends on what kind of lineups they run. But Ben Simmons, I think, good acquisition. But on the other side, the Sixers took a fat, like massive W. Like the Sixers' massive improvement. Because how do you? They gave away a player who doesn't play, 2 role players, 2 picks, for superstar James Harden. It's a W. For the Sixers side, I say massive improvement. Nets, I say a good improvement.
Ron, take it away.
Okay, so looking at from where, the 76ers were before the trade with Ben Simmons and all of those players, I think it's an improvement to have just James Harden probably on their team. So I'd say they probably definitely are like a good improvement at least in terms of the tier list. The first round picks, I mean, kind of scare me, but like, it's okay because they're already in like a position to contend. Yeah, they're already in like a pretty good position anyways, so it's not that big of a deal for them. For what the Nets received, they did receive more than just Ben Simmons, obviously, because Seth Curry and Andre Drummond aren't like terrible. They're pretty decent, and they could contribute obviously to the team. And Ben Simmons isn't that bad regardless. And on top of that, they definitely got first round picks for it as well
Yeah.
in the future.
So
For
where do you
them,
think? Or you can just continue what you were
for
gonna say.
them,
I know it's tough.
it really depends on how Ben Simmons
Vipin,
plays.
I know, but Vipin has, but I know, but you can't. I don't know. You can't really. I feel like you
Because
can't think like that. Vipin has Sixers right now in massive, and then he has Nets in good.
I wouldn't put Sixers in. I mean, Harden is proven. Uh,
Do you want to know what I think?
Honestly, I would put both of them in good improvement.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so you have a bit of a dilemma then. Is Vipin still here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
I don't know.
So Rohan puts both of them in good, and then you have you have one in massive and one in good. I am firm with putting both of them in massive.
Really?
Because
That is interesting.
it was just so perfect.
He really helps both of them a lot.
Dude, you have no idea. When the Nets had their big three with Kyrie, Harden, and then Durant, they have nobody else to go to. Now they have so much depth.
They do have depth. That is facts. Having Seth Curry and Drummond in that deal was really massive
And then if
for
Joe
them.
Harris comes
And
back,
they could trade those picks for some more role players, dude.
well, I'm not this season.
Yeah. Not this
No, not
season.
now, not anymore, but later down the line. Because I feel like this season's a throwaway.
You think
I
the
don't
Nets
think
season's
they're,
a throwaway?
I don't think they're contending this season.
Probably
Well,
a future
they're
trade.
contenders. They're contenders right now, but like
Bro, they got
I think.
Durant.
Well,
It's
okay,
like
Simmons just joined.
obviously the stars
Kyrie's
play.
there sometimes, and KD's out for 6 weeks. I don't think this is a one for them. But they could still win this year. I just
I mean,
don't think.
they could still like squeak it into the playoffs
I
probably.
don't think this is they're gonna like try to like push super hard. They're definitely gonna go for it next season though. Once everyone's back and like once they can train with Ben Simmons in the offseason.
Okay, so we have majority Sixers massive.
Okay.
But then you guys really don't think the Nets are massive?
It's a really good improvement for them. It's just I think you're just losing a superstar.
Yeah,
Tough.
but they needed to because it was not a good like they wanted to like he wanted to go, bruh. If they kept him, it just would have been bad. I think if they kept him, the Nets would have been worse off.
I'm
than what they
thinking
just did.
though.
Well, obviously, but like, I was just talking about pure talent wise. They lose a lot of talent just because James Harden's crazy.
Yeah, but I think Ben Simmons is like
It's a really good fit for them though.
defensively.
I guess
bro,
I
he's
could
such a
see
good
massive.
defensive
Yeah, I
fit.
think honestly, yeah, I think I'd be inclined to agree because this is a great fit for them.
Because you have to understand, like the big three they had with Harden, Durant, and Kyrie is obviously just such an offensive firepower. They get rid of Harden,
one's
they bring in Drummond and Simmons, two elite defenders, and then a sharpshooter.
Drummond is not an elite defender, but
What?
keep going. He's not an elite defender.
I find
I'm
he's
sorry.
not an elite defender. He's an elite rebounder.
Yeah, there you go. That's true.
I don't know. He's just something about him, bro. So I'm inclined to put both of them in massive, but if you guys obviously don't think, I just don't know how you can't see it as massive. I feel like it's just it was the most perfect trade deadline that was destined to happen, like for that specific thing.
Yeah, I think both teams just got exactly what they needed. Like especially Joel Embiid, I know was like discussing how not Joel Embiid. I think like people were just discussing how oh my god the Sixers are wasting a year of Joel Embiid's prime.
Mm-hmm.
But here's another thing. The Sixers, they took a fat W, but they are still not in the clear for like guaranteed like contending. Here's why. Harden lately has been a little injury prone, which is a little weird, but and Embiid is
Embiid's
very
obviously injury prone.
So that team, I feel like that team might have a situation. It's like less than the Nets because there's obviously less players, less like superstars involved. But I think they might have a situation where like they'll get to the playoffs, and the first round, Embiid gets injured. It's just James Harden, and it's not going to be enough. Who knows? I'm not sure. We'll see the playoffs though. We will. This playoffs I know is going to be absolutely fantastic. So much going on.
So do we want to put the Nets in the massive? I'm team hard yes.
Honestly,
I would put the Nets in the massive, but probably
yeah.
not the Sixers.
For me, I put both in.
Okay, so
Massive.
we have them there, but do you think Sixers
Yeah.
are the best out of all the teams?
Mm.
No. I'm not saying. Sorry, I mean, like not best team.
No,
I'm
the
saying,
best trade,
did
best
they
improvement.
have like the whole point of this video is the deadline, the best improvement? Did the Philadelphia 76ers have the best trade deadline?
Yeah.
I agree.
They got James Harden. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is true.
And they got rid of Ben. That's
Exactly.
I
They
think that might even be
finally
bigger. That
dumped
might
the
even be,
fraud.
dude, that might even be a larger thing for them. Like mojo wise, bro,
They
the whole city might be
finally,
like, yeah!
like, dude. I know, like, there was like some inner drama going on, like with Embiid, and to be like, bro, this bum is still around. How is he still around? He's finally gone. Now the Sixers can focus on their main goal, which is winning. So they take the fattest dub this offseason. No
Alright.
question.
So there it is, everybody. There's our 2022 trade deadline list. By the way, and I want to actually do one more thing. I mean, we don't have to if you don't want to. If you guys are open to it, it's this idea I've seen. Idea I've seen on some shows. So shout out to the people that do this. But we're gonna go around now, and we have one move to change whatever team placement we want to change.
What do you mean?
So like, let's say Rohan goes first. He can move any team that we have placed right now up or down a tier
Oh, okay.
to his liking, and we can do the same.
Just one tier.
We can. If Rohan moves one, then I can move it down.
That's okay.
So if you can do
That
that,
sounds pretty interesting. I like it. Yeah.
If team up, make the Rockets a good improvement.
Honestly, let's just.
no, but I'll be honest though. Like, what was one that you wanted to be somewhere? So who wants to go? I mean, who wants to go first? You have time to think about it. I'm trying to think about which one I want to move right now.
I kinda. Oh, I know what I say. I'm good.
Do you want to go first, or how are we deciding this?
No one's talking, so I'm going first.
Yeah.
Taking the Jazz, I'm throwing them down a tier. I do not think that really was that significant of an improvement. I don't think it.
You know, Vivin, I'm not even mad about that. I'm not changing that one.
I'm just not. I don't think it's that good of an improvement. It's not a bad. Mid.
It's just whatever.
Nothing special.
So you just think that Nikhil Alexander-Walker doesn't provide anything?
He does provide. He's just nothing that is that much of a benefit to them.
Okay.
It's not what they needed.
That's Vivin's. Rohan, do you have one, or do you want me to go?
I'm still thinking.
Okay. So I'm between two, but I think I'd have to go with what makes more sense here. I have to move the Rockets to trolling. Dude, I have to. I can't. Dude, it's just such a bad trade in my book. I just don't understand anything behind it. There's nothing about it makes sense to me.
Yeah.
The urge.
All right, so now Rohan, you can either move the Rockets back up, or you can move anybody else up or down.
Yo, I'm so inclined. I'm so inclined to move the Hornets down, just because.
No, but Rohan, okay, well.
But that would be wrong, because I do think it was a good improvement.
Okay,
at
then,
least.
yeah, you can't do it like that then.
Just I won't troll. Okay. Nah, I won't troll and move the Rockets up either.
I mean, if you think they're down, if you think that's the highest priority move you want to make, go ahead. But
Are you gonna move them?
so the other one I was really thinking about. I was thinking about putting the Pistons down.
Really?
Just because.
Seriously?
Just because, dude. I think we're putting too much hype around Bagley for right now.
Maybe.
But it's fine. I mean, I'm alright with it. But it's okay. Rohan, what are you thinking? Talk us through.
I don't know what I'm thinking.
You don't have to.
You don't have to move anything. If you solve everything,
if
nothing
you think everything
needs to
deserves to be where it's at, then you can keep it. But if you wanted to make that one move to make it to make your opinion, you want to solidify your opinion on a certain team trade deadline, then you can move. But if you don't feel like you need to move anything, you feel like it's all. If you feel like what you're looking at right now is your list, then go ahead.
Yup.
So you're good?
Oh, wait, let me see.
This brother can't look, bro. He can't look. You have the notepad with all the trades too.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking through it, and since I didn't know, I have to spend time looking at it.
Killing daylight here, Rohan.
I think they're mostly fine,
On everything?
So you don't want to move anything?
except for the Rockets. I'm moving them up.
Ah, absolutely rolled
This is
cold.
comedy, bro. This is comedy. Okay.
Like I said, I don't think it's that big of a deal.
Oh well, there you guys have it. We have the biggest troll overall is the Dallas Mavericks, and the biggest improvement
So
was
disappointing.
definitely the
Six
Sixers'
fat
next trade.
The Mavs, bro. Oh my god.
All right, just we'll leave it for I'll leave it for the next one. Vipin, you want to take us out here?
You know, I think that was a fun time. We talked about a lot of cool things. First episode, I really enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for listening or watching, depending on which format you guys are consuming the content.
Yeah, we're actually on YouTube right now, but in the future, if we kind of grow a little bit, we're probably gonna move it also to Spotify. I guess for the people that want to audio listen.
Let's see how it
You
goes.
can listen to our beautiful voices while sleeping.
We're probably gonna do some other like recordings or videos that are like a bit shorter. I know it depends on how we upload this one. We were considering different
Yeah,
things.
I think I'm probably gonna spice this, but that's a little meta right now. We don't have to talk about that.
Yeah, well, yeah. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I think we all had a lot of fun recording this.
Yeah, follow us on Wickwalk.
Yeah, TikTok. We'll be posting a
I'll have
little
to
funny
link that.
moments
I'll
there.
have to link that on the channel.
Yeah.
This
We'll
will
be
be
posting
my
little funny moments
YouTube
on there.
debut.
True. Rohan's first YouTube.
time. First YouTube video ever. I actually haven't posted.
Robot.
Mode.
Robot. Huh?
But yeah, I think we discussed everything. We
Yep.
good?
Yeah, we're happy with
I
it.
thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll catch you guys later.
See you.